Today's video is sponsored by Babbel. More on them at the end of the video. I have the craziest story to tell you, but I'll tell you that in a minute. First, let's get ready for the opera. Last Saturday, I was invited to see Tosca, the famous opera by Puccini, at the LA Opera in downtown Los Angeles. The opera was in the evening, so here I'm refreshing my makeup and getting evening ready. Oftentimes when you go out at night, you already have makeup on from earlier in the day, which is my case today. Instead of washing all the makeup off and starting fresh, which you definitely can do, I'm building on my day look here by topping up my foundation and concealer with a beauty blender, layering my eyeshadow, filling in my brows. I'll link all the makeup I'm using down below. I'm not going too over the top with the makeup tonight, but I want to achieve an ethereal, glowy look for the opera. And I do that through my sparkly eyeshadow and the highlighter on my cheeks and such. Now I'm going to consider which hair accessory to use. I have this rather regal headband from Sky, or this black velvet bow clip, also from Sky, that I'm rather taken with at the moment. We will decide this in a minute. First, let's get dressed. I'm opening up a new pair of black sheer stockings from Hipstick. Ladies, these are the best pantyhose I've ever used. The lace band at the waist is not only pretty, but it keeps them up. They never ride down. These stockings last a long time, especially if you take care of them. Now, the question is, what shoes to wear? I have my low heel black suede pumps from Jimmy Choo, or my taller heel slingbacks from Russell and Bromley. I know that both of these would look excellent with my dress choice for tonight. Let's look at the dress. This is the Zoe tiered dress from Sky that has a dramatic flair that I'm looking for and will be perfect for visiting the opera on a cold Southern California evening. The ties at the shoulders give the dress some drama, as do the tiers. I decided on the black velvet bow rather than the headband because I want to pull my hair back to show off the shoulders. I went with the low heel Jimmy Choo shoes because they are most comfortable, and I know there might be a trek from the parking to the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion. It's a milder evening tonight, but still chilly, so I'm going to bring a simple black pashmina to keep warm. And the clutch I'm bringing is the BCBG clutch I bought years ago because this little fox on it reminded me of Gatsby, our dog. Voila, the look for the evening. My sister's almost here. She's my date tonight because she has always wanted to go to the opera, so we are making a night of it.
Hey! Wait, am I supposed to?
It's
wait,
not good.
Sorry.
It's not going to be, there's no sound.
Okay,
it's
let's
just
try
like
this.
B-roll.
Okay, I'm not used to this.
Okay, wave. We had a lovely dinner at King's Fish House. I just love oysters and linguine alla vongole. My sister had wild-caught Chilean sea bass. We ended the meal with creme brulee, my favorite dessert, and key lime pie. Here's the footage of us walking to the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion. Before we go any further, let me tell you my crazy story. So about 10 days before I went to the opera, I watched some videos from two YouTubers that I like, Josie and Freddie My Love. And they're in England, and they went to go see Tosca together. And I watched their vlogs, and I remember thinking very specifically, I would love to see Tosca live. I've always been interested in Tosca because one of my favorite Agatha Christie short stories is called Swan Song. And in Swan Song, Paula Nazorkov, who's the character who plays Tosca, she actually kills the character who plays Scarpetti. So it's like an opera inside a short story, okay? And it's such a good short story, of course, because it's by Agatha. But anyway, I've always loved and been intrigued with the story of Tosca, and I've seen clips of it online. So I thought, oh, I would love to go see Tosca live. Didn't think any more about it. Less than a week later, I get an email that was forwarded to me from my team from a woman named Bonnie Snell Schindler. And Bonnie said, Jennifer, I'm a fan of yours and I'm performing in Tosca with the LA Opera and I want to invite you to opening night this weekend at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion. I stared at my computer for so long, like wondering what kind of alternate reality I was living in. I could not believe that literally less than a week before this, I said I wanted to go see Tosca, and then out of nowhere, this angel emails me and invites me to see Tosca. So I couldn't believe it. Don't you love when wonderful things like that happen? It just felt so serendipitous. So, of course I said yes, and I took my sister because my sister has always wanted to see the opera, and I thought we'd have a fun girls' night out. We got to sit next to Jeffrey Schindler, who is Bonnie's wonderful husband. Jeffrey is a conductor, so they're a wonderful musical couple. And I have to share this piece because Jeffrey sent me a video with the two of them in it, where Jeffrey's conducting the orchestra and Bonnie is the soloist. And it is for Eric Wolfgang Korngold's Tomorrow Opus 33. It is amazing, and I know that you would love it, so I'm going to leave it linked down below. So these are my new BFFs. Anyway, we got to meet Bonnie during the second intermission, and she's so wonderful, and the whole night was amazing. So the opera itself was really beautifully performed. Angel Blue played the title role of Tosca. And all the characters, especially the leads, were just incredible. Bonnie was wonderful too in the chorus. The orchestra was conducted by Louis Laura Seb and the director was John Caird. So the whole thing was really amazing. Now this got me thinking because I had such a good experience. And my favorite part was the people watching. I loved watching the people who attended the opera that evening. And I really feel that people have a misconception about opera, and I think there's three misconceptions. The first misconception is that I think people think you have to wear a ball gown or a tuxedo when you go to the opera, and you don't. You can if you want to, but I saw different forms of dress that night that were ranging from everything from a ball gown to ladies wearing nice slacks and a blouse, and they all looked good. They all looked appropriate. For gentlemen, I didn't see any men in tuxes. I saw men in suits or men in blazers, button-down shirts, but everybody looked good. I think the key to dressing for the opera is to wear an elevated and dramatic evening look, whatever that is for you. The old rules are really out the window. It's just about expressing respect for the art. You don't have to wear a ball gown, you don't have to wear a tuxedo. The second misconception people have is that you won't understand the opera. So Tosca is in Italian. However, they do have subtitles in English above the stage, so you always know what's happening and you're never in the dark. And the third misconception is that it's expensive. Well, I was looking at the tickets for the LA Opera, and the most inexpensive seats were only $15. That's like the price of a movie ticket. So I really feel that people should give the opera a chance, especially young people. Don't be intimidated by it. There was a man sitting in front of me who must have been in his 20s, like mid-20s, I would say. And he was conducting the whole time, like quietly in his seat. I loved it. I love seeing young people getting passionate about the arts. So there you go. That was my wonderful experience at the LA Opera. And now I'm going to share Babbel with you. They are the sponsor for today's video. You know that Babbel is the #1 language learning app in the world. Now, when I was in France the first time, before I studied abroad in Paris, I spent 6 weeks in the south of France. I didn't know any French. I would have loved to have had Babbel back then because I had people talking to me, you know, at the markets and everything, telling me things. They would say nice compliments to me, like, tu es jolie or whatever, and I had no idea what they were saying, and I was just a blank expression to all of it. So I really regret not brushing up on my French or even learning it before I went to France the first time. Babbel is scientifically proven to get you to start speaking the new language in just 3 weeks. So here's an example of one of the lessons. Écoute Pauline, je rêve d'un monde plus écolo. Il faut changer les choses. E-C-O-L-O.
Écoute, Pauline, je rêve d'un monde plus écolo. Il faut changer les choses.
So click my link in the description box or scan my QR code to get 60% off your subscription. Thank you so much to Babbel for bringing us today's video. I hope you enjoyed this very much. I would love to know if you've been to the opera. What show did you see? What was your experience like? Let us know in the comment section down below. In the meantime, keep calm and remain classy. Au revoir!